Hello, this is Nikki in Niagara coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. And today we have a flip through for you. For the last couple of weeks I have been working in 3 junk journals that I made last year in 2017. And I have sporadically worked through them, and they're all at the point where they're getting close to being done. So, well, not close, but they were like half done. I'd worked randomly in them. And so anyways, I decided it was time to concentrate on finishing them up so that I don't ever come across a junk journal or glue book that has been sitting around for 14 years like happened earlier with a flip through that I did. So I've finished one, and that's this one sitting in front of you. It may look familiar to my regular viewers, as I did do a flip through of what I had done just shortly after I made it and started working in it last year. So without further ado, let's go into it. I would call this a mixed media glue book. It's basically just random things put in. It's not really like artsy. It's just having fun with glue and images and ephemera and paints and any kind of whatever that I want to put in it. So now for real, let's get started. So the cover. This was made out of a large file folder that my son's school photographs came in one year. So I cut it down, as it was very large. I cut it down a bit into this shape. And this was a fun shape to work in. I think I pretty much only did single side spreads. So on the front we have these 3D glasses, a hockey mask, and some Tyvek from a Tyvek wallet. These all came from stuff that my son was throwing out of his room and I saved for years and years and years. This is a pair of chopsticks that I got at a Chinese restaurant once. They were in the package. I took them out, sprayed them with this distress inks, and glued them on here. So that's our cover. Oh, and the background is tissue paper. So over on this side, did some stenciling with inks. This is from a really old Stampington magazine, inside Collage pages. This is the cover of a wipe, one of those hand wipes that they give you at restaurants sometimes. And this did still have the wipe in it, but it was so old that when I opened it up, the wipe was like practically stiff. It was so dry. So anyways, I thought this was a great introduction to my glue book. Go ahead and get messy, and that's exactly what I did. So in the pocket here, which was part of the folder itself, I put in an old, is this a Valentine's Day card? Oh, this is kind of around Christmas, and this is from a very long time ago, and I've been hanging on to it, so now it belongs in this pocket. It says, "To Mom, I hope you like the stuff me and John gave to you, so have a happy St. Nicholas Day. Love, Andrew and John." So Andrew is my oldest son. He's 30 now, and he made this before our second son was born, so he had to have been 10 and younger, and the spelling's not so great, so I think he'd probably be quite younger than that, than 10. So that's a lot of fun. Here's an old school photograph of my youngest son. This is years ago. This is the envelope that his photographs came in, and it says "Proudly Canadian" on the bottom, so I thought that was a good image. Stamped around with some gears and cogs stamps, and my son is a Mario fanatic, so cut out a couple of Mario things to stick on there. The other side is just random images from a magazine, and I went around them with Sharpie or Micron or something like that. Here's just more magazine stuff. It says From the Deep South. This is a shoe that my youngest son, drew in art class, and I saved it forever and ever and a day. So it was done very lightly in pencil, so I went over his marks with a Sharpie. This is a bottle of Melbourne Moonshine, Apple Pie Shine, from a magazine. It says Stuff. This is an award that my son won at school a very long time ago. It says Personal Success Award, and there was just some graphic on it, so they took his picture holding the award, so that I glued that on there. This one has a few things on it. Again, we just have a random magazine image collage. All the backgrounns in this book are pretty much done with spray inks. This I had, or my son had, a Simpsons Tyvek wallet, which he didn't want, and so I opened it up and cut it up, and I've used it quite a few places in here. He used to belong to one of those loot crate type things, and this is a card he got in there, which I really like, so I just kept it as it was. It says, "Which side are you?" and then on the back it's Pirates versus Ninjas. So I just tucked that in there. Made the tuck with that. This is another piece of my son's artwork from school, pointillism. This is a picture that my niece sent to me when she was very young. She's a really good drawer, or she was. I don't know if she does anymore, and it says Christ Rocks. And then I made a little ATC, and it says A Curious Life. That's tissue paper on it. That in there. This book has a lot of my youngest son's artwork from when he was in school, and this is when he was a preschooler. He was just addicted to that. Now this is a piece of art that I did on a giant card a very long time ago. I had two of them, and I just didn't really know what to do with them. They were just these kind of collage-y type things in blues. So I washi them together, so the other one's on another half to make a 2-page spread. So yeah, just put that in here. So old art. I stamped and sprayed the back, and then this is another picture that my niece sent to me, and it says Genius Enjoyment Style. Here we have another piece of artwork when my son was a toddler, and I just kept it as it is, though it did get sprayed or stamped with ink. This is the Tyvek envelope, which I made the whole page out of, and this is one of the postcards he got from the Loot Crate thingy. I don't know if it was Loot Crate or whatever, you know, an anime one or whatever. I don't know. It was a long time ago. And then this last week I made some clusters using an ATC blank that I had the background done on, and then I just used my scraps and spare parts that I had laying around, and I made about, I don't know, 15 of them. I started gluing them in here. I actually didn't like them. I thought they were too scrappy. They weren't pretty like some other people are doing them, but once I put them in, they really look good. So, next page, we have a pocket from the Tyvek. This is a beer coaster from a restaurant that is entangled on the back, and a very old magazine image. This is a magazine image done on a piece of wax paper that I use as a drop sheet that's lost its wax, so I kept the paint on it. And this guy is labeled Designed in England and Made in England. Same thing, little collage with tissue paper and magazine image. This is a man without hat, men without hats, and I cannot recall suffering. Here we have a piece of origami paper and random collage images, and it says, "Travel brings power and love back to your life." And that's Rumi who said that. Another magazine page, just liked it as it was. This background is actually blueberries, but once I had the page cut in half, it looked like kind of like a galaxy background. I think that's pretty cool. So we got another pocket from the Tyvek with a stamp on it. This is another piece of my son's pointillism artwork. Magazine image, Dressed for Danger, made ATC, and at the top it's got his name on it, Ned Pendant. That was actually what a piece of jewelry was called. It was a Ned pendant necklace. So anyways, I decided we would call him Ned Pendant. Next page is random collage. This is a bus pass, and I made another. This is more of a postcard size than an ATC, though it's not 4x6. Smaller than that. Okay, on the wax paper again, random collage, says "Stay wild at heart." I love giraffes. Like, I don't really like giraffes in real, like real giraffes, but I love pictures of them. They're so unique looking. Very long time ago, when I used to do mail art and stuff, I had a girl that I traded with who lived in Korea, and she used to send me these really cool things. So I have no idea what these are, but these were left over from that, and I just stick them in to save them. Another Tyvek pocket, just a piece of, oh, this is yeah, this is the Tyvek wallet again. Random magazine images, and another postcard sized ATC done from magazine images. And up there it says, "I grew up." There was a window in this, so I took it out and I glued this on so that would show through. And that's this guy. He grew up. Here's another one of my clusters that I glued down for the base of this one. I used a glossy package envelope. It's got bubble wrap on the back and this shiny blue stuff. That was really cool. That's the Tyvek and random images. Other side of my son's artwork. This is the back side of my blue collage I was talking about earlier. This is magazine collaged, Death by Landscape. And there's my blue period piece of work. This just has an old picture of Michael Fox and his wife, Tracy Paulin, I think her name is. I wrote down it came out of a Maclean's February 29th, 1988 magazine, and then I stuck one of my ATC clusters on it. Other side of my son's drawing, other side of his pointillism paper, and I glued on this nail polish. I just absolutely love the colors there. That's kind of like my color scheme. I love that. So I called it Urban Glam. Very simple magazine collage. Make 'em howl. This is the other side of my son's award. I put the blueberry papers around the edge for a border, and again, it looks like a galaxy rather than blueberries. These are some dental x-rays for my oldest son from 1999, which I found in an envelope somewhere and stuck them in here. The other side of the shoe. Another cluster done on the blue packaging envelope, and then I decided to collage some lips on it. This is from a collage sheet at Rookie magazine, and I just glued the flower on and doodled on it. Old school picture of my son with, this time these are rub-on tattoos, and so I put the Mario stuff on there. This is the inside back cover. This was from this hand and the, hand signal right here was on the cover of a Smith Journal magazine, and I've been saving that for a while. And then I put one of my clusters on here. It says Return to Simple Pleasures, and this is done on an advertising card for apple cider. And the back is just tissue paper like the front, and it's got some black ink on it. It kind of looks like it came from a stamp, so I think I did that on purpose. And that's it. She's all done. I don't know what date I started this on, so I always put in the front the from and to dates. So I'm just going to put 2017 to July 2018. It's, you know, good enough. So just have to write that in, which I'll do as soon as I turn the camera off. And in the meantime, I would really appreciate if you gave me a like, a comment, and a share. And please do share this video or any other of my videos. Last time I looked, I am 18 people away from 500 subbies, and I am going to have an awesome giveaway for my subbies once I reach 500. So look forward to that coming, and get a few friends to subscribe to me, and we can get there sooner. And in the meantime, have a good day, and see you later. Bye-bye.